Today we're going to be talking about a brand new Enduro tire from Bridgestone. Take a look. Battlecross E50 Extreme. Now last year the E50 was launched. This is the front tire for the E50. It is an awesome dual sport Enduro tire. But what they did with this guy here, this extreme tire, is going to be, well, basically they can't use the word, I just lost it. Harper, I lost it. What's the word? Gummy. The word gummy has been trademarked and they can't use the word gummy, but this is basically the gummy version of the E50. If you notice, all these blocks right here, the tread pattern is the same as the E50. Oh, hi Harper. How are you? Are you having fun? Yeah? Okay. So what we have here is the same tread pattern as the E50, but dude, the rubber on this thing is so freaking soft. It's incredible. This is going to be a killer Enduro tire. Now this is the first look of this tire. There's 10 of these in the US currently, or probably in the world. I can't see you guys because I'm fogging up, but this tire supposedly is amazing. They got castle block technology. They've got these voids here that allow the carcass to be super flexible and conforming over rocks and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I don't know if you've seen Vroom Vroom's most recent video of Suburban Delinquent getting launched off that rock that he came down. Whoa! Oh my God! How are you alive? Maybe if you had a set of these, that wouldn't have happened. I don't know. What do you think, Sub D? I'd love to see your comment down below too. Anyhow, this is an awesome set of tires. We're going to be getting mounted up here shortly. We're going to be putting them through the test, and then we're going to be checking back here in a couple rides to see just exactly how these are working, what Dana is feeling while riding these. Now, Dana is one of the owners of Havoc Goggles. You've probably seen that goggle brand around. It has a magnetic lens. It just kind of clips on, clips off. Super, super cool. Take a look at Havoc Racing, link in the description below. Anyway, super big thank you to Bridgestone for getting a set of these out to us so that we could put them through their paces. Now the full review of these tires will be at Chaparral Motorsports channel. So take a look at that. I'll be creating that video for them. What's happening? Are you falling in the snow? Yeah. Oh no. Anyway, full details to follow. I just want to give you guys a quick introductory look at the new Bridgestone Battlecross, I should say, Battlecross E50 Extreme tire. Super cool new tire from Bridgestone, released during lockdown.
It's gonna be chaos today.
Hello, I'm Bradshaw from Bradshaw Motorsports, and today we're here talking about the brand new E50 Enduro tire from Bridgestone. Now this is Donnie Sosa here. Donnie, thanks for joining us, really appreciate it. He is the president of the Southern California Dual Sport Rider Group, San Bernardino chapter. Now tell us a little bit about the group, Donnie.
All right, the California Dual Sport Riders is a group that's based out of California. The group actually expands further than California, but most of us are in Central and Northern and Southern California. We have a following of over 50,000 on Instagram. That's kind of how we got started down here doing some of these hot laps is we're putting out rides for the public. Not only grow our membership, but also for our members, we're doing something for them as much as we can.
It's pretty awesome. So I know that Donnie's out there on his dual sport Enduro bike several times a week, and I knew that he'd probably be one of the guys that would get more miles on this set of tires than anybody else that I know. So I've been busy out doing adventure tire testing with Bridgestone products. We did the brand new AX41 tire, so if you haven't yet seen that and you ride an adventure bike, that AX41 is a sweet, sweet tire. So again, not running little bikes all the time. I gave these tires to Donnie to be able to take out and to be able to put them to the test to see kind of what they did for him. Like I was alluding to earlier, this is a very unique tire from Bridgestone. It's the E50, and it's really meant for the guy who's doing all kinds of different terrain. They said this tire is going to work well in sand and deep soft stuff. It's going to work well in wet. It's going to work well in mud. It's going to work well in hard pack, and it's going to work well in rocks. When I first looked at that, I'm like, all right, well, this tire does everything, and it's supposed to do everything well. Kind of interesting. So Donnie, how long have you been on these tires now as far as miles go?
Miles, I just turned 310 miles on both tires. So,
okay. And that was over the course of, what, 6 weeks or so?
About 6 weeks, yeah.
So Donnie, what kind of terrains do you typically see when you're out here riding your bike?
Riding in Southern California near Big Bear, we're constantly on the hard pack, on the fire roads leading up to Big Bear, but we're often also in the wash sands. It keeps us in the rocks and the deep sand. And so we do about 30, 30, 30 in those three departments, and then we do about 10% on the roads to get to the trails that we're looking for.
Now, if you haven't already seen some of our Hangar 24 hot lap videos, go take a look at that. That's a really good indicator of the type of terrains that we're talking about. Absolutely. Lots of huge, large granite rocks, super deep sand, hard-packed roads with some little gravel on the top. Now, something unique for this year down here in Southern California is we had a lot of rain during the time that Donnie had these tires. What about the wet weather traction on pavement and also in the mud?
I didn't have a lot of time to spend on wet pavement, but we had a lot of wet dirt from some of the water that was being released out of the dam this year, and just from the wet season in general. So the wet sand, they performed great, and we had a chance to actually put it into wet dirt as well, which they also performed excellent.
So the reason these tires are performing so well over a variety of terrain is really the construction of the tire itself, the carcass, and then the unique tread blocks that they did. Bridgestone has put into these tires what they call a castle block and a bunker. Now, if you notice, the actual makeup of the tread blocks of these tires is very different than some of that of the more traditional dirt tires, where you have just a solid knob and basically a smooth, flat casing. What you're gonna see here is what they call the castle block technology. On that front tire there, you can really see it there on the sides. It's gonna have the walls that come up, and you have the little center there that's kind of shaved out, if you will, or cut out, almost like a groove or a sipe. And then we have this indentation right here in between each of these lugs. That's called the bunker. And what that does, that allows this tire to be able to handle softer terrains a lot better. It's gonna allow these lugs to be able to move around and to flex and to be able to get extra grip. Now, you've been riding what tires prior to this?
Prior to this, I was on the Metzlers. On this particular bike, which is a Husky 450, I've had Metzler, and I've had the Kenda Desert.
So, as far as performance goes, how did these tires handle either the same or different than those other two?
They are right there with them, and my biggest surprise was how these handled in the actual rocks. We did the Big Bear Trail Run, which is a 200-mile run up in the mountains.
Dude, if you haven't already seen it, the Big Bear Run is ridiculous. They've got some really technical, super crazy, very enduro type trails that go up there. Just bikes, just people everywhere, and it's just an absolute mess. Very, very technical terrain. Now tell us about how this tire did, Donnie.
The Battlecross at Big Bear is a battle out there, so you see nothing but dirt and rocks flying everywhere. Up in the mountains, we took these tires through nearly 200 miles of sheer rock, different styles of rock, very hard packed. And I was very impressed with this tire. And I say that because I was very skeptical at first, because these lugs are very spread apart, like you would think of a MX tire. But these being DOT, so you feel good putting them on your bike, riding them to the trail. But they hung in the rocks with the best of them. This is probably the best rock tire I have put on my bike thus far.
So these are the same tires you were running last night for our Hangar 24 hot lap, correct?
Correct.
So I have some footage of that terrain. We're jumping down into the sand wash, and that was some really deep river sand connected with a lot of really large boulders. So, I mean, it does really good in rocks, which is more of a hard terrain. Absolutely. Now we're down in deep sand. How does it like combat or switch between those two?
I would say in the sand, there's other tires I've tried that I've actually ridden with that probably paddle a little bit better. So in the sand, until you get that momentum going, they're not going to hook up super quick. But once they get going, as long as you can keep it on the gas, they're going to get you there. And of course, sand always meets rock, and that's where these things really perform.
Oh, that's great. Anyway, this is Donnie Sosa, guys, from the Southern California Dual Sport Rider Group, and these are the Battlecross E50 tires. Now, if you ride a dual sport or enduro machine that needs a DOT tire, but needs to be very extreme, and you cover lots of different types of terrain, this Battlecross E50 is one that you should probably take a look at. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about this tire, go ahead and shoot a comment down below, and we'll reach out to Donnie and see if he can give you an answer from his experiences that he's had on this tire. And if you want more action like this to come directly to your inbox, please hit that subscribe button, and more importantly, the notification bell, so you can be part of the notification squad. Anyway, I'm Bradshaw. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time, take care and ride safe out there.